What's up, guys? It's Travis, and today we will be reading one of my stories. Okay, so just gonna flip the camera around. It's that tiny button right here. Okay, there. Now let's have it adjust. I'm gonna drag the mouse over here. Okay. So, this story isn't done yet. I have a little ways to go. Okay, so if you look up here, you can see that the name of the story is called Luke Bryant and the Diamond Scepter. Okay, prologue. Luke Stoker had always dreamed of peace. His great-grandparents had grown up in a society of good and trustworthy people. One day they came, the society... Just a second. Then one day they came, the society fell apart, and their whole life was left in darkness. Before the Imperial Army struck, things were peaceful. Hundreds of years beforehand, the great kings and queens had joined together and created a scepter that could bring peace to the world. They called it the Diamond Scepter. Not only could it establish peace, it could also be used to tear the world apart. The army came from a small country off the coast of Ireland. This country was a society of people against everyone's beliefs. They believed that mankind should suffer. When merchant vessels returned with tales of great peace and harmony among the world, this country, let's call it Alexandria, wanted to destroy everyone's lives. Sir, the general of King Alfonso's army rushed through the doors to the throne room, stumbling into the guards along the way. He knelt down in front of their king, waiting for approval to speak. "What is it now?" Alfonso asked, puzzled by the intrusion. "Why have you disturbed me in my waking hour?" Until the king had said this, Marquis the general hadn't realized it was only dawn. "We have received word that Horshkor, the great warlock, is coming to visit." The general looked around, worried that the warlock might already be there. "My liege, we need to hide the scepter before they get here. They're going to destroy the peace." Before anyone could say another word, the doors to the throne room blasted off the walls and crumbled to pieces. The knights guarding the entrance rushed to capture whoever had done this, but Alfonso raised his hands and called out to his guards, "Let him come in." They welcomed the warlock, and he replaced the broken doors with new doors that swing open automatically whenever someone raises their right hand to them. Horshkor yelled in a very scruff yet demanding voice, "The day will come when you are defenseless if you do not put the scepter away where nobody can find it." He yelled with the power and intensity of a pack of lions growling at the top of their lungs. Horshkor was an old wrinkly man that wore a red robe and often assisted Merlin. Merlin was an old geezer with a scruffy white beard, wrinkly hands, and crooked teeth. He often spoke in a British accent and was mostly known to have, according to legend, trained Arthur to become the King of England. Later that day, "Sir," General Marquis entered the throne room for the fourth time that day. "The scepter," he panted, gasping for air. "It's gone." Upon hearing this, the old king sat up on his throne and thought for a while. When he finally opened his mouth to speak, the doors swiveled open and a woman entered the room. The woman had long locks of velvet black hair. She held a staff with a magnificent midnight blue sapphire sphere on top of it. She wore a long magenta silk dress with sleeves just long enough to cover the ends of her wrists. And that's all I have for the prologue so far. That leads us to the present day. Chapter 1. "Hey!" Luke Stoker yelled. "Give me my backpack."
"No way, little pipsqueak. You deserve this as much as you deserve to live in a mansion," the school bully taunted.
The bully's name was Tyrone. He had grown up much bigger than the other kids his age and used the advantage to get his way. He also used bullying to feel better about himself because he had 5 older brothers that had always picked on him. Luke lived at 5163 East Oak Fence Boulevard. He lived in a 2-story house with his parents and his younger sister. His younger sister was name was Penelope. She had a history of annoying him to death. He got off the bus and went inside his house. "I hate school!" he screamed and ran upstairs to his bedroom. He liked to read, so he had 2 bookshelves. It was full of books. He picked up a book from off his bed. It was titled Bellamy, Eriks, and the Sapphire Star. He loved how a kid his age could have such extraordinary powers and do wonderful things with them. Luke imagined having powers of his very own that would make him feel special. He started writing books and saving people with a clap of his hands, stopping robbers before they could exit the bank, and flying into the sky to save airplanes. He wanted there to be peace in his world. "Penelope," he yelled, "get in here right now!" "Coming!" she yelled as she ran up the stairs. Why is my limited edition copy of The Time Traveler on your floor?" He gestured around the room to the mess she was living in. Luke was a clean freak after all. I don't know," she said, and ran out of the room. "Get back here!" he yelled and chased her down the stairs. When they got outside to the backyard, he tackled her to the ground and tickled her until she couldn't breathe. He saw a piece of paper sticking out of her pocket, so he pulled it out and unfolded it. It was a note that read, "My dearest Luke, I'm sure I'll have passed on by the time you've seen this. There is still a chance for peace in this world. Long ago, our ancestors created a staff called the Diamond Scepter. It had magical powers that could establish or destroy peace among all nations. Inside the book I gave you when you were 2 years old, there's a map to my journal. Inside my journal lies the whereabouts to the Diamond Scepter and how to obtain it. Please look after your sister for me. Don't fight with her anymore, like the way you got the note. It isn't very nice to tackle your sister to the ground. Best of luck, Grandpa Bryant." How did Grandpa know that I tackled her to the ground? Luke thought. How did he know? Surely there must be something that could explain it. Although he couldn't quite explain it, it felt as though his grandfather had been watching over him every step of the way until this point. And that's all I have so far for my book. Well, if you liked it, then go down here, like, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you can always know when I'm posting. And of course, this is a fairly new YouTube channel, so it would be a great honor to have some wonderful subscribers. So, see you guys next time on my channel. Goodbye.